What if I told you that many of the decisions you make every day may not be entirely your own? What if your choices, your emotions, and even your beliefs can be quietly shaped by people who understand one thing better than most: human psychology? This isn't magic, it's not mind reading, and it's definitely not science fiction. It's a set of psychological principles used by marketers, negotiators, politicians, leaders, and sometimes manipulators to influence how people think and behave. And once you understand these tactics, you'll start seeing them everywhere: in conversations, in relationships, in advertising, in social media, and maybe in your own life. Today, you'll learn 5 of the most powerful psychological tactics that shape human behavior. Not so you can control others, but so you can recognize influence and think more clearly. Because once you understand the game, you stop being played by it. Trick number 5, reverse psychology. Have you ever noticed that the moment someone tells you not to do something, you suddenly want to do it even more? Don't touch that. Don't look back. Don't watch this video. And instantly, a part of your mind becomes curious. This is called psychological reactance. Human beings naturally resist feeling controlled. When our freedom feels threatened, we become motivated to restore it, even if we weren't interested in the thing to begin with. That's why reverse psychology can be so effective. Instead of pushing someone directly, you trigger their desire to prove you wrong. Imagine you need help from a friend. If you say, "Can you do this for me?" they might hesitate. But if you say, "It's okay, it's probably too complicated anyway," suddenly their ego wakes up. "What do you mean I can't do it?" And now they want to prove themselves. You didn't force them, you simply created resistance, and resistance created motivation. The lesson? The more people feel pressured, the more they push back. But when their autonomy is challenged, they often move in the direction you expected. Trick number 4, the illusion of choice. Most people believe they make completely independent decisions, but often the outcome is heavily influenced by how the choices are presented. This is known as choice architecture. The person who designs the options often shapes the decision. Imagine you want a friend to go out with you. If you ask, "Do you want to go out tonight?" they can easily say no. But if you ask, "Would you rather grab sushi or pizza?" now the question is no longer whether to go out. The only decision is which option to choose. Both paths lead to the same destination, and they still feel like they're in control. Businesses use this constantly: small, medium, or large, monthly or annual, basic, premium, or elite. The goal isn't to remove choice, it's to frame choice. Because people value freedom, but they also prefer guidance, and whoever defines the options often defines the outcome. Trick number 3, the guilt effect. Guilt is one of the most powerful emotional motivators. It doesn't rely on force. It works because most people want to see themselves as decent and caring. When their actions conflict with that self-image, they feel psychological discomfort, and discomfort creates a desire to repair. Imagine someone repeatedly cancels plans with you. You could say, "You never make time for me." That may trigger defensiveness, but if you calmly say, "I understand, we all make time for what matters most," the message lands differently. There is no accusation, no argument, just a mirror. And if they value the relationship, they may begin to question their behavior. This is why guilt can be so persuasive. It activates a person's own conscience. The strongest influence often comes not from pressure, but from helping someone confront the gap between who they are and who they want to be. Trick number 2, emotional decision-making. We like to believe we make decisions logically, but neuroscience suggests something different. Emotion drives attention, emotion drives memory, and very often, emotion drives decisions. People usually feel first, then justify later. Think about the most powerful speeches, the most memorable advertisements, the most persuasive conversations. They don't begin with facts, they begin with feelings: fear, hope, belonging, pride, urgency. When emotions are elevated,
critical thinking can become less active, and in those moments, people may agree to things they wouldn't accept under calmer conditions. This is why emotional awareness matters. When you feel unusually angry, excited, flattered, or afraid, pause. Ask yourself, am I making this decision based on evidence or emotion? That single question can protect you from impulsive choices, and it can help you regain control. Trick number 1, the power of silence. Silence is one of the underrated forms of influence. Most people assume power belongs to the person who talks the most, but often, real power belongs to the person who remains composed. Silence creates space, and in that space, people reveal more than they intended. Think about a tense moment. Someone asks a difficult question, then says nothing. No interruption, no rescue, just calm eye contact. That silence creates pressure, and many people rush to fill it. They explain, they justify, they reveal. Negotiators use this, therapists use this, confident leaders use this, because silence communicates certainty. It says, I'm comfortable waiting. I'm not threatened by this moment. Take your time. And that calm presence can be more powerful than any argument. Sometimes, the strongest statement is the one you don't make. These 5 principles reveal a deeper truth. Human behavior is influenced by emotion, framing, identity, and perception. The people who understand psychology often appear more persuasive, not because they force others, but because they understand how decisions are shaped. And the most valuable use of this knowledge is not controlling people, it's protecting yourself, recognizing pressure, thinking clearly, and responding intentionally. Because awareness is a form of freedom. If this video changed the way you think about influence, subscribe to DMM-Silent Strength. Here we explore the psychology of human behavior, emotional resilience, and quiet mental strength. And if you're ready to understand the habits and thought patterns that shape your life, watch the next video on your screen, because the more you understand your mind, the less the world has control over it. I'll see you there.